Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Peace Dealer here with another magical moon message. The moon is in Sagittarius, the sun is in Taurus. Let me tell you why you want to get super excited for this transit. There is a lot that's happening there. Ooh, yeah, baby. In a nutshell, first of all, shout out to Infinity Gang. You already know what it is. This is your host, the Peace Dealer, reminding you that you are more than just a limitless being and there is nothing outside of yourself that you need. Say it with me. There is nothing outside of myself that I need. And that's just such a wonderful thing to say and feel until it comes time to actually apply this in your real life. And now you're complaining about this. I need this. Damn it. How am I going to get this? And it's like, you don't fucking need it. You're making the deliberate consensus choice to give your power away because you have convinced yourself you need it. Do you need to join Infinity Gang to remember? Regardless of if you do or not, don't worry. By the time we get to the moon in Capricorn, your understanding utilization of your instant manifestation ability, which took literal work to build up into. And so the philosophical ascended perspective that transforms your physiological senses in an effort to actually click into gear that, oh shit, I really do have a subconscious bank with which I can draw anything from and make real, which requires effort. The people take that concept and feel like, oh, that's effortless. I can manifest anything effortlessly. That still requires work. Don't worry, you're going to understand what that work is and how to actually use it. But as we build up to there are very innovative, flash, sudden, extra dimensional, and this is going to be ridiculous, and metaphysical experiences, synchronicities, and throughout the next 3 days, starting yesterday, really, that pay attention to synchronicity. There's so much that's coming together that's just going to be very amazing. But this is not only transforming your physical senses, but in this ascended understanding of everything that you are grounding in your value, this is fundamentally applying everything that you've sowed the past 2 weeks so that based off of this eclipse harvest, you are getting ready to now anchor through your physical body the supernatural quality of your ability to manifest, harness energy, and strengthen and enhance your physical senses and power through the function and constant of being able to harness your energy. All right. And the key to this is you're going to understand how you're not magically learning some new superpower that you imagined in your mind and now feel you can do. This is all based on recognizing everything your entire life you have always been doing and coming into an updated supernatural understanding of what it is you're doing. So the lot of attitudes of this are people are confused because it's like, how do I learn how to do something? You are revisiting what you're doing and you're steering the ship towards a higher level. And the transit like this is at a very quantum and subatomic and the auto nervous part of your body level. This ascended understanding it's almost like taking a microscope and realizing that's what's been happening. And now with this ascended understanding, you're not necessarily doing anything new. You're just adjusting and changing what you're already doing. Moon in Virgo helped you understand through critical analysis, the behavioral dynamics and causality around certain habits that you do with your body and the effect that it causes. And so you're coming into an ascended, higher-minded perspective that will not only break you through everything you're harvesting, but literally, this is the part of the transit where you transform and you start to see the supernatural magical effects this transformation has on your body. Once that transformation completes, Moon in Capricorn, we're using it. on, you should be excited. This is fucking lit. You're literally on the verge of being able to harness at will limitless quality of your own power that is based on what you put into it. So there's really no right or wrong way to do it. You're just more aligned or less aligned. Now, the reason why this is super wild is because Venus is 0 degrees Cancer, King Kunxing 0 degrees Pluto in Aquarius. This moon in Sagittarius is the setup for the conjunction of the sun in Uranus and Taurus. Sun is 17. Tomorrow, when the moon goes into Capricorn, oh my God, dude, the sun is gonna, as we complete the harvest of this transit, the sun is going to begin its yearly cycle with Uranus. Yo ass is about to awaken. And it's not a coincidence that as yo ass is awakening, the moon is in Capricorn getting you ready to use this. It's very important to understand the significance of Sun-Uranus conjunctions. Every Sun-Uranus conjunction is a cycle of awakening, where during this cycle we come into sudden changes and wild levels of innovation. The series that we've had through Taurus post Aries, which awakened power, is applying this power generated to awaken a deeper quality of how physically we can sense more supernatural dynamics of our body. As we started doing this over the past few years, the beginning stages and levels and degrees of Taurus awaken this, but once again at auto-nervous levels. Now that we're getting ready to break through into the third decan with Saturn in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius, which is now providing this physical awakening into a mental one, you're going to start to be able to perceive what's happening. And that's this whole notion of we've been awakening, but your ability, in spite of everything in your external world that might distract you from what's happening within, to perceive these things might have been near impossible until now, versus others who were advanced and been aware of this the whole time, which is not normal. So what's really exciting about this is this go around of the sun conjunction is coinciding Jupiter and Taurus, which with the expansion, you'll now be more you'll now be more sensually receptive to what's actually happening. Then we'll have the Sun-Uranus cycles in Gemini. Shit's gonna be ridiculous. Ooh, trust me. You're gonna be speaking alien languages and all sorts of shit. New programming languages, the works. So this is really, really wild. You want to see this as a setup. This is the transformation where it's like, oh, this is why it's happening. Boom, then we use the power, okay? And Venus's ingress into Cancer, I think, might be very underestimated. It's going to start trining Saturn. Venus in Cancer is the Two of Cups. This is nurturing mutual love. So this is going to facilitate, with the presence of Mars here, relationships that start to form platonically, romantically, just go with that flow. And the King Kunx to Pluto and Aquarius is completely like it did with Mars, transforming the depth of emotion that you approach relationships with people with, because of this extremely detached cosmic awakening energy that's going to bring a huge twist towards how much more powerfully you align to who you want to share love with, because you're awakening this extraordinarily supernatural element of your value. And now a lot of the insecurities you might have faced in relationships don't exist, because you know you limitless as fuck. Gang. All right. This conjunction that's going to happen is going to hit. And we can't necessarily forget that the moon in Sag is trining Chiron and Jupiter. So right before it goes into Capricorn and the sun conjuncts Uranus, that moon trine to Jupiter is going to boost so much ascended understanding into the mechanics of how you are transcending the evolution of who you are. This is enabling you to revisit old experiences where you approached it with a limiting perspective of who you were, versus now where you're more understanding of how much you have grown than ever. And this is going to be a Mario Kart boost towards the facilitation of this transformation of your physiological structure. Moon in Sag is literally going to show you the higher level magic of the effects of your body and its quality. And it's going to show you the process of utilizing and harnessing your energy as if your body was a living power plant and power source. Everyone's different though. So the consistency and quality of energy is going to be relevant and rather dependent on your vibration, your unique frequency. And of course, by the time the moon is in Capricorn, 9th house of teaching, you're going to be taught how to use the power of your energy. And it's as simple as, like, a lot of you are about to be ninjas in the Ninja Academy, learning how to use chakra for the first time, or Nen for the first time. Yeah, you might have learned it before, but now there's a different element and approach you're taking towards this. The trine to Aries is going to really do a lot to boost relative to how powerfully you bet on yourself, this vision of yourself. And simultaneously, whereas the moon squared Saturn, now it's going to square Neptune. And this is where, if you don't necessarily stay grounded with what you're worth, you could be tempted to give into fantasies and delusions of grandeur where you can overestimate what you are picking up with this ascended transformation. Because this is going to be the real deal here coming into Moon and Cap. And so a transit like this can get people drunk off their own power. You can see so many synchronicities, it makes you lose touch with reality that you forget you're still in 3D. Sagittarius and Pisces are multiversal. So whereas Gemini and Virgo respect and honor the reality of the 3D matrix, the programming, Sagittarius and Pisces can loop scenarios and break through into this dream realm and multi-dimensional aspect of so many different perspectives. And sometimes you can get so caught up into that, you forget none of that shit is real. It's just meant to give you a perspective. All right. So don't get so caught up on if the signs you're seeing are real or not. Evidence of signs being real are, of course, evidence of them happening, which you have to surrender to. Please don't try and control this process. It is already flawless. But that moon squared in Neptune is very important because the transformation of your physiology is like getting your wisdom teeth removed. Horrible analogy, but I'm using that because when you get your wisdom teeth removed, you need anesthetic, you need laughing gas. Neptune is like a laughing gas that disassociates you from the process of this transformation. And this is literal science that shows you the process of beginning to be able to see unseen facets in your reality. Not physically, but being able to look into the meaning of what it is you're seeing. Shit's just gonna unveil to you. And if you're not grounded enough, it can scare some of you and make you crazy. It's just gonna fucking happen. Then we're gonna conjunct Uranus, grounded in reality. So this is a very amazing potential to break through into the supernatural, but stick to that grounding. Don't get so excited on what you're doing that you forget we have to finish Taurus season. All right. But if you do, if you're able to honor both polarities, this is literally a transformation of your physiological structure that will enable, enact, and manifest supernatural effects due to the quality of the energy that you are harvesting based on the 2 weeks that you worked to develop the quality of this energy based on the Aries season that activated the power through individual actions that defined your individual character so that you can actually manifest this energy to harness. Mind you, this is all preparing you for Gemini season so that based on this energy, you can start building magical skills, programs in your mind, which are spells. The more resistant you are to really kind of, the reason like certain people may feel like, oh, can this be more normal? That doesn't really exist. That's why the more resistant you are to these zany or weird supernatural elements of this, it's not really going to help you. Please have an open mind. Last thing I want to leave this on is Moses, right? Before he was used by God, he killed somebody. He caught a body. He caught a body because he felt that he wanted to help his people. And what I learned about that today is Moses tried to do it his own way. Are you trying to do it your own way? Right? It wasn't until 80 years later he was put on by spirit. Let your spirit guide you and don't try and do things that, you know, God is meant to do through you.